Recording there. And start recording over here. And we are good to go. If you want to look at that one and just go ahead and introduce yourself, name, tag.
Awesome. My name is Mason, my tag is Bebop, and I've been going to tournaments for I think 6 months now, because I just started going at the end of beginning of the season before this one. So
right.
Seasons are 3 months, right?
I remember you just coming up randomly with us at one point to play live a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was like towards the beginning, and then I went to like 1 or 2 tournaments, and I met like G-Days who moved away, and he just like asked me to go to Smash the Gorge like right away. So that was like my 3rd tournament.
Yeah, dude. Okay, yeah, I remember you coming in with G-Days.
Mm-hmm.
And never seeing G-Days again.
Yeah,
you guys both came out at like the same time.
Yeah, no, he moved to Texas. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I guess I should have explained. My name is Chez, Super Bottle. We're gonna be doing a series. I have 2 cameras, by the way. You guys can't see each other, so whichever ends up working, I'm gonna be looking at both. We're gonna be doing a series where I go through and find player profiles, kind of CWA players that you guys want to see, or of me. Just talking to people. Today we got Bebop. He kind of just went over his introduction. He's been here for a while. Yeah, so we're going to be doing that. That's the basis of it. And then we're going to be seeing actually how they do in their next tournament after a little bit of practice and kind of what they're thinking about in their play style and things like that. Let me go get my dog real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, cool. Cool. So, we could just, if you don't care, we'll go ahead and go on random and then just talk a little bit.
Awesome.
Shoot, you've only been here for 6 months. Have you been playing competitive for 6 months, or how?
Yeah, competitive. So actually, the very first tourney I went to was, I think it was like 6 months before that. It was at like I can't remember what it was called, Level Up at Lynchpin, I believe.
Yeah, Lynchpin, the one up there in Yakima, right?
Yeah, so I went to like just one of those like with one of my friends. And that was my first one, and then just didn't go for like 6 months. But I think I actually met Emilio Slane there. I don't know if he remembers, but played some friendlies with him.
Was that back in Smash 4, or was this in Ultimate?
No, that was like in the beginning of Ultimate.
Oh, like early meta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Smash 4? Were you part of that at all, or?
No, I didn't own Smash 4. Like, I grew up playing Smash, like, Brawl and stuff, and, like, watched the Smash Brothers documentary, actually. Like, most people do, and piqued my interest, and I think that was around the time where, like, Project M was, like, really in, so me and my friend in high school, like, downloaded Project M and just, like, played that a ton just with each other. So that's kind of how I, like, started to, like, I guess, get into more of the competitive style of play, but...
I'm not sure I would be willing to bet a lot of CWA players watched the doc and then got into it, because around the time I got into it was around the doc time, and that was about the start of Smash 4.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. I know a lot of us watched it. I know me, Taylor, and anyone who watches Melee just knows the doc.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting.
I actually like watched like a full like interview of Wife that like they came out with. Because I feel like Wife just, like, made that documentary almost. Like, he was so articulate.
He was probably the best, like, person to interview, right? So Smash has a lot of different... A lot of the times you'll see, like, high-level Smash players, especially in Ultimate and Smash 4, be really, really good at the game, but not work on their personality, and it seems like he really worked on his stage, his presence.
Yeah, he said he was, like, an actor. For a while, so I think it's part of it. But.
Yeah, that could probably be it. So we're just gonna jump in. You don't have to think too much because obviously we're gonna be talking a lot.
Awesome.
What do you do? What do you do when you practice? What is your regiment?
I forgot to pick my tag. I mostly go like just like into training mode and just like pick like a character that like some of my like tech like will work on, like that I'm wanting to practice, like dare loops or something like that. But I'd say most of it is like movement and then whatever like tech I'm trying to learn, and then also just like practicing like combos and stuff like that.
Like Lucas? No,
yeah, pretty much.
How do you go about like finding areas that you want to work on?
I watch like my matches that have been posted like on the VODs a little bit, and I just try to like think of like different ways that I can like, I guess, do like baits or whatever, or I don't know. It's kind of something I'm trying to like figure out, I guess.
What do you feel right now is your biggest weakness?
I think when I'm like under pressure, sometimes like I have a hard time like focusing on the opponent, and I start to like focus on me more, which I've been trying to like as I've gotten into the scene, you know, focus less on me as I get more comfortable with muscle memory and more on the opponent.
Right.
So I think I can like kind of go on autopilot sometimes, and that can kind of like screw me over.
I think especially when you're starting early and you're trying to work on your character movement, you know, you're trying to figure out what you can do, what you can't do, and it kind of forces you to tunnel vision yourself. So actually, a really big tip for anyone who's kind of like on the bubble and isn't really switched over yet, you have to focus on your opponent and their habits, because once you know how to once you get to the point where everyone plays their character well and you're not just you're not just hurting someone's weaknesses in terms of their like movement. Then at that point it's almost just chess, right?
100%. So you're really complicated rock paper scissors. People like to say that about fighting games. I think like implementing some like the tech I've been learning has been like hard too, because that's like something I have to like use like brain power for. So.
Oh yeah, because something like that, right? Like I don't know,
like kind of like big example is like double jump air cancel. Like I have to like really focus like really hard when I do that, and like so it's like one of the main things I'll like laugh and stuff. But I feel like sometimes I'll like don't exactly know which situations to use it in. So I'm just kind of using it willy-nilly.
I think my biggest advice to people when they do that is like, dude, in tournament, right? Your openings are pretty small. Like seriously, when you get to good players, your openings are not that big. So I say just go for it and then see like where it works and where it doesn't.
Yeah, and that's kind of like been like my philosophy is like when I'm like learning something new, like I'll still like try it in friendlies and even in bracket like a little bit, just because I like to see. Kind of like where like I'm messing up at it, like just kind of stuff like that.
What do you think is your biggest strength?
I think I like can get like a lot of momentum. I think I can be like pretty momentum based. And like when I am not on autopilot, I feel like I can be like pretty patient. But I try to like focus a lot on being like unpredictable. Like it's like a huge thing when
like
mix-ups. Yeah, like mix-ups and stuff like that. So I think that's a pretty big strength of mine. But it's hard to like for me to evaluate myself like as a player. But I think I'm getting better at it.
Who's your training crew then? Do you have a particular crew?
Yeah, I like well when G-Days was here, I played a lot with him in the beginning, and then I play a lot with like Johnny, like Puddles. Recently, like a little bit with Flash Freeze, who's kind of like joined that crew. And then Neutral Newt. He hasn't really gone to too many tournaments, but I think he's played in tournaments before, so I play him a lot too.
Who do you think is your biggest bracket demon?
Probably Slane right now. I think I've played him the most, and I've beaten him once. And then like Sapo's probably a big one too.
That bucket probably does like that's probably really annoying, huh?
Yeah, like it's mainly only super dangerous if I fill it up with KK Freeze. So I've gotten like way better at like not filling up the bucket and stuff. How long have you been in the scene now? Like how many years have you been playing? Yeah.
No. Seriously, since like maybe like 2015?
Oh jeez.
Yeah, but that's because of Smash 4.
Okay.
So that's why I said back in the dock when that came out, I started to play. And so actually, I want to say a lot of people were bad at the start of Smash Ult, but we had an understanding of Smash. Back in Smash 4, no one had an understanding of Smash except for like Press, because he used to play in Brawl.
Yeah, he played Brawler, yeah.
Yeah. So we would play back then, and honestly, dude, anyone could have taken it nowadays. Like, seriously, if you were to go back in time, I'm sure you would smoke a lot of us. Like, no doubt. The meta just is improving so freaking quickly nowadays. It's kind of crazy.
It's like there's no ceiling for Smash. I love it. Like,
nowadays, even though I feel like I would beat players just with Little Mac, and I can do that consistently, I'm willing to start to take L's with my Palutena, so I force myself to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking more L's and I'm being less consistent, but I feel my play is way better, and it's getting way better. Eventually, I feel like I'm just gonna break out. Probably like every player does, but I can tell like little things in my play that are way better. It's just like I have to grind it out.
Yeah, I mean it's super impressive that you like kept your PR spot when like changing characters. Do you feel like your Palutena is like surpassed your Mac at this point, or not yet?
Hard to say. Right now they're situational.
Okay.
Especially with maybe like lower level players. Mac is just better. It's better for what I want to do against lower level players. Just always punish the same things and do it quickly, you know, and kind of like give me a way out to kill people quickly if I need it. Whereas Palu, like, she's just really good at neutral, but I have to keep winning neutral, and especially against people who are likely to do way more random things. It's just kind of annoying sometimes. Not how I want to play. So Mac is much more consistent against lower level players, but against higher level players, Mac is doable, but way harder. Like,
gotcha.
Super hard against higher. Just because people, especially like top 3, top 5, kind of understand edge guarding and all that. Which, by the way, I think, oh, I wanted that drag down. It's actually really, anyway.
I messed that up.
So, especially against higher level players, right, who understand edge guarding, which is really important, but not a lot of people do. You'll see them take stage position a lot of times, which is fine, but against anyone like Terry or Little Mac,
you need to like get them when they're off stage.
Especially because they have scary options if you keep letting them come back. Yeah, against those players, it's just really annoying to consistently win. Whereas Palu adds something that's much better, especially because I'm more able to figure out like what they want to do and what I can do. When people are just throwing stupid F smashes, I hate playing against that. I legitimately hate playing against lower. Something I enjoy about higher level players is that it actually feels like a chess match.
For sure.
Like, it makes you think much more than your usual match.
Yeah, I for some reason I just feel like I'm scared to like edge guard Little Mac. Like, I don't know if you noticed that when I like played you this Sunday.
But like, if you were to think about it, right, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, for a while there, I was actually not that good with Palu in terms of approaching, and I just like I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep doing it until I either get good or I keep losing.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I would just suggest that with Lucas is like, seriously, just force yourself. You'd be amazed how far you can go off. Like, I could go probably all the way off there and just...
Because like I'm so floaty and like my double jump is like ridiculous. So,
and your up B is super big, like way bigger than Ness's. So you can really get off stage. In terms of like for anyone who's getting better, just recommend just do it. Like, seriously, any part you feel uncomfortable with, you feel uncomfortable because you haven't practiced enough. Just force yourself, like, and then like even still, my approaching isn't that good, but like I forced myself to do better, and now my reactions are quicker, just because you have more practice with the scenarios.
For sure. And Lucas is like so good at edge guarding too. Like, it's something that like I feel like I get like a decent amount of my stocks with, but like I haven't reached the potential with it like by any means. But it's something I want to like start working on and like kind of just like intelligent edge guarding, I guess, where like, you know, you're noticing like where your opponent's recovering and like basing your decisions off of that and stuff. Because I feel like sometimes I just kind of forget about like that part of edge guarding, of actually paying attention to their habits of how they've been recovering and stuff.
Yeah, that runoff, I used my jump. I shouldn't use my jump. But that runoff, I've been using more because I can use it when people are way off. Super good. What has been your favorite part of just competing so far? What does it for you, I guess?
I think there's two aspects for me. Like, one is like the community. Like, I've met like so many people, like just awesome people through this, that I've been able to like just kind of have like a new group of friends, I guess, which is really cool. And I guess the other part is like a self-improvement thing. It's been really cool to just like see like myself develop as like a player, and like just be able to see like tangible results of like improvement and stuff. It's been really satisfying and really cool.
I don't know if this does it for you. One of my favorite parts, yeah, like you said, is getting better. So how do you feel about like, you know, how do you feel like your play is now versus like months ago, I guess, right? Where when you started?
I think I have like just a much better handle on the game in general, and like I'm smarter and stuff. And like when I first joined, like part of my problem was like just playing in bracket in general. Like I do so much better in friendlies, which I'm sure is a very common thing. But like I just get such big bracket nerves, and I can still sometimes get that, but I'm mostly calm now, which is good. And like my tech skill has just improved a ton too, and that's just like really helped a ton. Oh, nice.
What are you gonna be looking to do? You know, what are your goals every time you go to a tournament?
I think my like ultimately is just to like play well and play smart and like find things that I can like improve on through that week. And as far as placings, I think like I want to like usually like get at least 2-2 or like get 9th or something.
More consistent.
Yeah.
So especially on these ledges, try down smash or I think F-tilt, right? Your F-tilt.
Oh, because the
Try your
slants.
F-tilt.
Oops. Gotta angle it.
You have tilt stick or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just angle it downwards.
Well, let's save the 2 frames. I
don't think it does
Hold on,
on
hold
this
on. I'm gonna be on
stage.
stage. I'm gonna be on there. Go closer.
Oops.
Hold on, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it definitely does, and that's a really strong F-tilt. Highly recommend because this is now legal.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's legal. So if you want to practice that,
Did you change the rule set?
We're gonna be using Evo rule set, which makes this legal.
Okay. I like this stage, so I'm kind of glad.
I wish there was more stages, but
yeah, that's more variety.
Yeah, you have to find a lot of. So like your down smash would probably be crazy on here for 2 frames.
But yeah, I've been trying to like use that like side tilt a little bit more when 2 framing because like it's even though the down smash is like really great at it, like it leaves me really vulnerable. Like maybe get up attack it or something.
Are you anyone's bracket demon?
Maybe.
Or who do you feel like is your rival? I guess you know what I mean.
I guess me and Johnny go back and forth a lot. So I guess that would be one. I think our set count is like maybe even right now. I'm not really sure because like 2 of my wins on him weren't recorded because they're in the season because they're at Hermiston before it counted.
Before it counted?
Yeah, before it's for PR.
I thought it all counted. Oh, I might be wrong on that.
No, they changed it to count for PR. At first it wasn't.
Okay, I'll have to check. I know I was on PR committee, but I only checked the results that were given. What are your goals for the season?
I want to be in like top 20, I think, of this season. Because my first season I ended up 30th, and this last one I ended up 31st, so pretty much the same. But so I think 30th would be good, or 20th.
What do you think would put you over the edge? You know what I mean?
I think just like really, one just like labbing and like becoming more consistent, but also just like learning to adapt more and pay attention to my opponents, play more and stuff like that.
I think one of the things that always helps me out is like just trying to find a way to win. Like you just gotta forget about the other games unless you remember small little habits. You gotta forget about the other games. You gotta forget about what situation you're in. If I had to bet what people would say is really good about me, other than the fact that I just think a lot, is like I'm always like I'm not quitting out of this game. I'm trying to find a way to win. So for that game, I think this last tournament or 2 tournaments ago, I got almost a 3-stock comeback on Sapo's Dark Shaman is 3-1 against my Mac. And then the other one I actually did get the comeback with my Palu. And it's just like, alright, this is what situation I'm in, how am I going to inch it close and close and close? Instead of like, oh okay man, I just messed up the entire first 2 stocks. It's like, okay, well, I mean, you got to deal with what you have, right? Just like focus on what situation you're in.
And just finding that opening.
And then another big one that I'm like forcing myself to do more of is just finding where am I getting punished, like every time, like, and then just don't even give it. Whatever you do, just do not give it to your opponent, you know?
Yeah, I noticed like when I was first starting out, and like still a little bit, but like a large like a lot of the kills that like my opponent gets on me is like from ledge, and like it's just like me being predictable on ledge. Or
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying to like work on that. And I feel like Lucas has like a lot of ledge options, so that shouldn't be too hard. But
Who are you excited to watch this season?
from CWA,
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see what like All does. I feel like he's been like kind of this like might be his like breakout season. Because I know he got like 9th at Nerd Corps, and I think he got like 7th at CBC. But I don't know how many people were entered.
He did where he should, but that's still good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do consider him a good player. There's just like fundamental things he doesn't understand yet, because he didn't like to go to tournaments as much, just because he had nerves, like you know a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But he's slowly getting better at that, and you can see his play improving pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see like what Sin does too, because I know he was really close to making PR.
Oh, he's probably the closest. Like there was actually a big conversation there. Technically, could have been 10th. My consistency just went out.
Gotcha.
But I mean, he has pretty freaking high highs.
I think he just needs to go to tournaments more. Because he picked up this game so fast because he didn't really play it all until pretty recently. Because I know he's like Taylor calls him like a Smash 4 legend or whatever. So he played Smash 4.
He was also really good there. I think he can still play Captain Falcon. Okay. Yeah, he has this really like electrifying playstyle.
What about you? Are you looking out for anyone this season?
I'm usually pretty good at calling out who's going to do really, really good. Like, I called out Chez being good in Smash 4, and by results he wasn't that good. But I was like, no, like, you can tell by the way he plays neutral. If he didn't play this really, really crappy character, he was god-awful in that game. He'd be much better. And he's still bad in this game. Like, he's not amazing or nothing, but he just has better tools. So I was sure Chez was eventually going to break out.
I think held down there. I don't know if I just missed Sledge though.
I want Johnny to break out, but like, and he finally did it. Okay. One actual cool thing in the Hermiston was that his play wasn't finally just mashing. You know, and I don't want to say that.
So smart.
I don't want to say that like in a bad way, right? Because obviously, if you have all those good specials, you should be using them. But he would sometimes do them in situations that were not so great. Usually, he's good about it, but especially when it's time to kill, he'll kind of do things.
Just throw out side smashes or beaters.
And in that tournament, he was waiting it out. He was like, "Oh shit, I'll have to talk to Johnny about this," because he was doing things that pretty much I was like, if he does this, he's gonna be really, really scary.
Yeah, he's like doing this like cool like ledge trapping thing with I think they're called cluster bombs.
Oh yeah, dude, the spacing for that is really annoying. When
I think he kind of figured that out like when I was playing like friendlies against him with puddles, or maybe it was at Genesis he figured it out. I can't remember.
Yeah, so he's been doing that really well. So I'm kind of interested there. I've been interested in your development. Last season it was a little stagnant. And I'm not sure I saw you in as much, but I might be wrong there.
Yeah, I didn't go to quite as many. I like my first season. I like went really hard. Like I don't know. I think I went to like 17 or something like that. And then I still went to like a decent amount this last season, but some of them were like at Hermiston before his PR, and then I went to. There's one other one that was, I went to middle ground and stuff instead of sunken, so. But.
I would recommend people going up to people and just asking them, especially after your loss, like, hey, how could I improve there? Or what did you see? You know? Usually really big one. Especially because people are more willing to talk after they win. Which, I mean, that's understandable. But just ask around, like, hey, what'd you notice? So on and so forth. If you have a really good buddy who you practice with a lot, get them to, especially because, what is it? Smash It Sunken has no coaching rules. Just get them to watch your set and then maybe tell you something, but seriously, get them to watch your set and take down notes.
Yeah, I want...
Super duper important.
I might ask, like, next time Dom or, like, maybe Johnny's there, them to just, like, and I'm not in the recording setup, just, like, to record it on my phone or something like that. Just so I have, like, more matches to, like, actually watch.
I had Jason do that for me, because he understands my playstyle a lot. And kind of what I want to do, and also what I'm not doing. And he gave me just honestly like a few tips that I could just. One of the important things is to get tips that like are pretty usable. You know what I mean? If I were to say, "Hey, dude," there's a lot to say about this. Actually, I get annoyed about a lot of people's like recommendations.
If
you're to say like, right, I lost because of one interaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, thanks for telling me that I should have done this, Mr. Hindsight.
Yeah, it's like I kind of saw that.
Yeah, but it's like the entire other match, like there was parts where I could have inched out more, right? Where that wouldn't even be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So if you things that I'm see things that I'm doing consistently wrong in neutral, that's more important than like one small thing.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something I can punish them consistently because they're doing it all the time, sure, tell me that. But if it's like I lost because I dash attacked and someone's shield, it was like, thanks. At the time, it seemed like a really good idea. Yeah.
You regrabbed there.
No, I just went a little bit more. Yeah. So if you were to get advice, try to take into account the really important ones, which is like, hey, this is what you're doing in neutral.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of where you're getting hurt every. Are you dead? Oh,
thank God.
So really, like, stuff that you can use in your overall game is important, or stuff where you can punish. So for instance, and I'll say this right now, because I don't know if Joel's gonna watch, but he's one of the ones I noticed a lot. He'll up tilt on shield like twice, almost every time. And lately, what I've been doing is just like waiting for the first one, the second one I just up smash. Okay. I've gotten kills because of that. So if it's that consistent, then go ahead and and take that to heart, because that will get you stocks and shit. Or if you're consistently dying literally the same way, take that to heart. But if it was just something like, hey, you shouldn't have dashed attack there, it's like, alright, cool, whatever.
It's like, thanks, I already
yeah, it's like, well, thanks for the advice, but I mean, I wouldn't take it too serious. Yeah.
Yeah, like you kind of mentioned that I was like a little bit like stagnant this last season. And I kind of noticed that too.
Do you want to see something? Hold on. In case no one knows, I'm on Lila's Kirby. I'm just going to show them this stupid pool. Like, okay, people complain about other stages messing over recoveries. And I don't know where it is. Like, let me find the sweet spot. Because it's a really dumb sweet spot. In case anyone doesn't know, it's when you literally fly off as Kirby.
Oh, you just starting to snap?
Yeah. Oh, that's too far, but yeah, basically there. Like it's very annoying. I ban Lilac, please. Seriously, ban Lilac.
I always almost auto ban.
I'm sorry. You were saying about being stagnant?
Oh yeah, like I kind of noticed it too, and like at first it was like a little discouraging. I was like discouraged at like how I was doing like this last season, because like my first season, like I saw all this like immediate growth and like seeing myself like climb up in like the rankings and stuff, and then like I don't know, it just was like weird, like kind of like seeing that like stagnant after, because I think I expected to like keep rising, but like once you get to like kind of like the mid, like top mid, like it's so much more difficult. Like it's crazy.
I think it's kind of like working out, right? If you were to just go to gym and pump iron all day, and you were to never work out before, you're gonna see results because you have all these unworked muscles. But once you've built that up, it's like, okay, now you need to actually find where you should be improving and what you should be doing. Because everyone at the start has really bad habits, really bad things that they can do. So their improvement's really large, just because it's very simple things. But the more complex stuff is like, all right, you have to sit down and really like figure out what you need to do. And that's why you need training partners. That's why you should see someone watching you play and watch your... A lot of people probably don't like doing it, and I really don't like doing it, but you should be watching matches of your losses. Super important, because that's basically showing you where you need to improve. Your wins, awesome, they feel good, but your losses are really where you can improve the most.
For sure.
Which you say you do, so that's good. The more you do that, seriously, you'll find dividends.
I think almost all my bods are against either Sapo or Slain, which I wish I had some more different ones, but I do feel like I am getting better at the Game & Watch matchup, but like just little by little.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on it too, because he actually beat me every time we played last season, just like 3. Some of it was matchup knowledge, but yeah, it's like, honestly, I wouldn't take the losses too much into account, just like how well you did, which it sounds like you are doing. Well, just as a tip for anyone, just notice if you did do better, right? I mean, if you lost, but you lost by like one hit,
yeah,
that's really good.
for sure.
So I wouldn't, yeah. And I know a lot of people get tripped up on that too. How do you feel? Do you ever feel like losses affect you too much?
Only if I like. It's not like when like I lose necessarily, but if I feel like I just did not play well, and that was like a huge factor in like how close it was or whatever. So yeah, like there's been a couple tournaments where like I go to and like I'm just a little like bummed for the rest of the day, but it's not a huge deal. Got my shield.
Well, what about like? So you say sometimes you just do bad and it feels awful, right? Why do you think that happens?
I think because I just like am disappointed with like how I play, I guess. And I've like definitely gotten like better at kind of like dealing with that because you know, just being discouraged isn't going to help at all.
Right.
You know, you gotta like take those losses and learn from them.
I don't think people understand, but like to be consistent over the entirety of a season is really hard. Some days, dude, some days your brain just sucks. Like actually though.
Or like some days you have a bad bracket, or et cetera, et cetera. You
know how I'm sure you must have felt this at this point, because anyone who's good at the game kind of eventually feels it. It was like some days you're just on and you're like, you're perfect.
It's like everything you do, your opponent's mind or whatever.
Yeah, everything you do is like faster than normal. Everything is just right. For one, that's really good, but like you have to understand that there's the opposite, and there's gonna be some days where you're just not as good as you want to be, or
your fingers aren't just moving. You're misinputting.
I know a lot of people lets that get to them, but man, it's just like there's not much you can do there.
For sure.
Some days it's really hard to be consistent, especially when everyone is trying to be good. There's not like many people that go to tournaments that don't want to win the set you're in. Right? It is what it is. I mean, you just kind of have to learn to accept your L's, which is hard. It's really hard as a competitor.
Have you struggled with that in the past, or?
Luckily, honestly, no. Well, dude, I always go into a set think I'm gonna win, no matter what. No matter if the person's PR rank, no matter if they're from another region. I don't really care who you are. I will think I'm gonna win no matter what. So luckily, I've never had it too much. Only lately have I been getting more. I don't know if I want to say pissed.
Just tilted.
Kind of, but it's usually after the set. You know, if it was really close or something and I lose, I'll just be like, I'll be really angry for like a solid minute. So seriously, guys, don't talk to me after I lose. I don't know how many people need this PSA. After I lose, just give me like a solid minute,
let
please.
Me chill. Don't ask me to play friendly. Just let me chill.
No, for real, Like you should. Like I really even try to not talk to other people until it's been at least a couple minutes, because no one likes losing, dude. Like you might be okay with it, but that doesn't mean you like it, right?
Yeah.
You likes losing, especially if it's a close one. It's like, okay, thanks for telling me that didn't work.
Appreciate it.
It's like so only lately, because I've been getting closer and closer games with good people, but as Palu. Whereas in maybe I could have used Mag or some other scenarios, and I'm like, but I'm fine with it because I'm getting much, much better with Palu, especially where I want to, which is the higher level players. But that doesn't mean I'm not like, still like, how could I have won that match? But right after a match, it's like, why didn't I win that match, I guess.
For sure.
And the mindset does eventually go back, but right after a match, don't talk to me, dude. Seriously, just don't. Like, I plan on covering your tournament, right? This next tournament, you're probably sunken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you're sunken. I'll probably just cover. And whether you go 0-2 or 2-2 or whatever it may be, you know? I do plan on talking to you after the tournament, but if you're gonna lose, I'm not gonna record, like, get a camera in your face.
Yeah, like, let me breathe for, like 5-10 minutes, and then you do it.
Yeah. But, so probably that, just like, I understand I'm getting better, but like, right after a match, especially when I'm putting in, with Mac, I kind of just always, like, intuitively understood him. With Palu, it's been way more work, because I have to learn everything about the game that I never learned with Mac, right? Mac is like really hard because you have to outthink your opponent, but he simplifies the game to both the opponent and
and you have like so many more options with like a top tier than like a bottom tier or whatever.
Right.
If you believe Mac's bottom tier, but
And then all of my, I do believe he's bottom, but not like worst.
Okay.
I think that'd probably go to Kirby, to be honest. I lost my train of thought.
I actually been like listening to this podcast that kind of like touched up on that topic that I think you'd really enjoy. It's called like Beyond the Metagame, and their last episode was like switching characters, and they brushed up on that.
Like Street Fighter or?
Oh no, it was it's for Smash.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it's super cool.
What do they? What's their gist, I guess?
They just like talk about like Smash, like just like with the competitive scene in mind, and their last episode was like changing characters, like changing your main, and then they talk about like tilt, and then they had like a sports psychologist on and stuff.
Oh no way!
Like,
wow, they
cool.
really go in depth.
Oh yeah. So I was gonna make a Tri-Cities post about it, but I just forgot.
I'll have to watch that. I actually do like the psychology of games.
Mm-hmm.
It helps me out a lot because it'll be like, if you're up 2 stocks versus 1, what is your opponent likely to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just small things like that are pretty cool.
I've been trying to like keep that in mind too, like the mindset of my opponent, like not only like their habits, but like if they're backed in a corner, like are they gonna roll, or like are they gonna be playing defensive or aggressive because they're tilted, or so. I'm trying to like keep that in mind, and that's been helping. But
I thought you had nothing for a second. That's really good though, yeah. I'll have to watch that. That sounds like it goes on. Kind of ham, actually.
Yeah.
There's a book, right? I don't know if you know this infamous book.
Oh, is it the Daigo book?
Maybe. It's the one that goes over like what level of mind games are you at?
Mm-hmm.
So players that start, they almost all do the same thing, right? Because they're on level 1.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a really famous fighting book. I haven't read it myself, but I understand the concept like intuitively.
I think it's called The Art of Winning, right?
Yes, I do believe that's right.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get that actually. Oh shit! Oh.
Okay. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It's not super accurate. Yeah, The Art of Winning is really, really solid. Just as like an understanding, because I think where my Palu falters, right, is that I'm doing like a lot of these things that I consider higher level, especially versus an opponent. But if I'm playing someone who's bad, right, there's no reason to be. There should be There should be no reason to go that hard. I should just be reading rolls or whatever thing they're doing. If they're always jumping at a shield, I should just be reading that. You have to understand what your opponent's thinking, or else their weak, what you consider a weak option is going to beat out your better option. Because your better option is specifically made for something else, not for weak tactics.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So just, actually reading stuff like that is super amazing. Just from like a, I guess, knowledgeable standpoint. Where do you think you have, I might have asked a similar, where do you, I think you could have killed me with up smash.
Oh, probably.
Where do you think you have improved the most as a player?
I think patience is a big thing, because I used to just go all in, like run off stage. Like when I was first started going, like way too far for edge guards, and like they would know I'd be going off stage every time because I'd do it every time. So I think patience is probably the big thing that I've improved in, like other than I guess just like tech skill and just in general, but.
Okay, patience. Yeah, honestly, a lot of people at the start kind of just want to see how fast they can move. Which is cool. Like, it's cool to watch, especially in training, seeing how fast you can move. But it's not very applicable. Because basically, when you throw out a move, you're also throwing out a kind of like a way for your opponent to hit you. Throw out enough of those, and someone will eventually read you. Let's go.
My young lake's crusty. He's been starting to play him.
Go crust. Well, what are your tips for people who just come into the scene?
I think it's like a big one is just like playing a lot, and just kind of getting used to the game. Like I don't know, like depending on like how much you've played, but kind of like what you said earlier, just like not being afraid to ask, like for like what you're doing wrong or whatever, because that was like a huge advantage I had like in the beginning, is that I just, when I lost to like someone who was clearly better than me, they 2 or 3 stocked me, I would just be like, yo, like, what did I do wrong? And that like really helps. I also just like getting to the point where like you're doing like what you're intending to do with your inputs. So I think it's a big thing for like newer players. just like not being able to do like what their fingers are trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really annoying to lose when you know you should have won if you did the right thing.
Mm-hmm. I think just like expecting losses too, because that was like another thing in the beginning that I was like pretty good at. It's like I didn't expect to win, which has kind of changed as I've gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
But like expecting to take those L's like kind of just helped me be in the mindset to improve, I guess.
Dude, wait until you get like top 10 level.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking sucks, bro. Everyone has expectations. No one's fucking cheering for you anymore.
People want you to be upset.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? I'm sure like Sebastian, like Caleb, and all of like top 5 like really feel it.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, what the fuck, man? You guys can cheer for other players too. You don't need just be upset.
Just because I'm like, number 10 doesn't mean I'm a villain.
Yeah. I'm not sure, like, unless I'm playing like Caleb, like I've really gotten many people to like cheer for me anymore, which is fine. I don't need it. But like when I'm like almost maybe gonna lose to a lower ranked player, and people are watching and shit, I'm like, thanks guys.
A lot of pressure.
Fucking no pressure now. It's like I just want to learn, assholes. I don't care about this. Like, obviously, all I care about is winning at the end of the day, because you should be trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I care about winning in the sense of like long term, not like a game. But people are caring about games so much. It's like I don't want to care, but then everyone puts that pressure, and it's like,
100%.
hey, bro. So I know what you mean. Like, really, especially when you're just starting out, you just take advantage of the fact that you don't have to win, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like finding that like 1 or 2 training partners like that you consistently play with is like really good too. Because like playing with G-Days in the beginning, it helped because he also played Lucas, so we were kind of like able to bounce off stuff off of each other, so that really helped. But just like having those like multiple hour like grind sessions with a friend, and just when you notice something that they're messing up on, like tell them immediately, like after the game. Don't like wait until halfway through the session, because the more you guys are adapting and like changing, like the better you're gonna be, getting it, just reading your opponent and stuff like that.
Right. And okay, so a big thing with practice is that a lot of people don't do is seriously like analyze at some point, like, hey, no, you should be doing this. That a lot of people just play for hours on him, then not talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, playing is still like the best way to get better. Just keep playing, and you'll kind of understand over a while. But like, if you play and then you like understand where you should be practicing, that's like next level.
Mm-hmm.
And that would just make it even quicker. You know what I mean?
I find that like having like big sessions with a lot of people is like fun, and that's still really helpful. But like just like playing with like one person for like multiple hours like really helps.
Is that true?
I actually have no idea.
I like tried to like match, but
I don't know if it is at that percent, because I think you're at like 150, but
yeah, that's
I know it is at lower.
Yeah, you're practicing with one person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually don't play with them as much anymore, but in the beginning, I was playing with this guy named Dolfo. His tag's Murder Lake, and he like plays Dragon Ball Z Fighters. He's like pretty big in that game, but he's like not as good at Smash, but he's amazing at like analyzing, because he's just so good at that fighting game.
So you can see so he can give you a good analysis?
Yeah, like after every single game, you were like, oh yeah, you've been teching in place a lot, or like you keep rolling from ledge, like, and so that was like really beneficial too in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, fighting, especially getting advice from veterans who you kind of like. So I typically like to watch people who do my playstyle really well, or people who play my character really well, and just like seeing where they differ, and if I can change things based off of that.
Do you watch like pro Palutena players a lot?
Almost exclusively Nairo, because right now I'm working on my approach a lot, and I'm working on kind of like killing better. Actually, one thing from Nairo that I got that's really good now is just like his juggling's insane. When it's on point, and I'm understanding those concepts with Paladin now. But it's just when you watch high-level players, one thing I really recommend is just watching scenarios, right? Like watch the whole match, but if you're trying to focus on ledge guarding, watch that every time and like take notes on that. You can watch the whole thing and be like, oh, they did something cool. But watch scenarios, because really at the end of the day, this game is scenarios, right?
It's a bunch of interactions.
Yeah, it's advantage, disadvantage, neutral, and then everything else in between. So if you want to improve on one part, which is like trying to get advantage, approaching, just kind of watch people do that.
Okay.
even players who don't play your character, but they do it really well, right? So I'll also watch Light for approaching, because he approaches it extremely well. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter about the character as long as you can understand the concept is really important.
Gotcha. Do you miss playing Kirby and Bracket at all, or is it a big stress reliever?
Oh man, okay, so I love Kirby. I really do. It's just, I don't think it's worth it. Oh.
No worries.
I don't think it's worth it, right? Especially when my Mac can do every low level thing that I need. There just isn't a reason to. But if like there's ever a time where I'm just like outclassing the opponent and I just want to have fun, sure.
Just play Kirby.
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
But if it's like, I would never really bring him out unless like maybe against Gan and Captain Falcon, because I think he actually has a really solid matchup there. That'd be seriously the only time. You ever think of playing other characters?
Yeah, I've been like fiddling around with Young Link a little bit, and then like when I first joined the scene, I was playing like Kirby and Captain Falcon a lot, but like they weren't like anywhere near where my Lucas was, and so now they're like, I really only like put time in the lab with Lucas, so like they're all kind of got left in the dust. But as like my fundamentals have gotten like better, I've noticed that like playing other characters has become easier. So I'm kind of ish on the lookout for a secondary, but like still just mainly focusing on Lucas. So I want to just find out everything I can do with him and all his weaknesses, and then from there I can like pick a secondary, I guess.
Do you think you ever felt the need for a secondary?
Not yet. I feel like the secondaries can be like really useful and stuff, but I haven't like had a matchup where I just feel like it's completely unwinnable, I guess. But I think it would be something that like would brown me out as a player for sure.
So we're at the last 15 minutes. What's your favorite place to eat in the Tri-Cities?
Place to eat?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called right now. It's on like Clearwater.
Okay, what is it like? What is
it's
style?
like it's like a fusion style. It's
Pardon?
like, yeah, it's like
what does that mean?
It's like Asian food mixed with Mexican food.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like really good.
Interesting.
Frick, I wish I could remember what it's called. Oh, fresh out the box. Fresh out the box.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like super good. They have like this like kind of like tater tot burrito that has like this pineapple sauce in it. It's like amazing. I thought it was like super weird when I first heard about it, but. And then like Mongolian's also a classic.
Oh my god, I love Mongolian, bro. Dude, I was trying to, at the CBC tournament, I was trying to get everyone to go to Mongolian. No one wanted it. I'm like, you guys suck.
You guys have
Mongolian's so good. No, yeah, we went to Applebee's. But that's because just a lot of other things. Have you tried the Three Flames?
No.
Three Flames? Oh, that's the best one in the Tri-Cities.
Is that like a Mongolian place? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's right next to Sunken.
Oh, really?
Dude, it's the best. I'm gonna have to get everyone to go.
Let's all go Saturday.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll have to check my schedule, obviously, but I'm super down, dude.
Alright, sweet.
So fucking good.
Yeah, we should all go out to eat after like Sunken's more.
I tell everyone, like, I mean, why not? We all hang out basically.
We're all hungry.
Yeah. It's like we were in somewhere for like a couple hours. I'm sure everyone wants to eat. It just sucks that, I mean, the Grandview boys usually have to leave. But I'm sure we can gather a group. I'll have to do that stuff. So good. It's so good. They're the best in the Tri-Cities for Mongolian. Where would you go for Mongolian?
I haven't gone in forever, but like, I can't remember like the name of the place that was. I think it was just called Mongolian.
Which city?
Like kind of like.
That one sucks.
Okay.
Okay, actually though, if you like that one, the one in Pasco is better, and the one in Richmond's God tier.
They're gonna blow my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Because everyone who's tried that one.
Yeah,
is like,
I used to go there like all the time, like with my family and stuff, but like I just kind of like forgot about it, I guess.
Let's try Yoshi's, get some skill on there. What character do you hate playing the most?
Playing against?
Yeah.
Probably either Little Mac or Game & Watch, probably. But I think Little Mac is just simply because I don't know. I need to figure it out. And once I figure it out, it's not going to be a big deal.
Yeah, it really is just super annoying. I mean, to be fair, I don't think he does that bad against Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it shouldn't be a winning matchup.
And like Lucina can be really frustrating too, because I think that's a really winning matchup for Lucina, but only when I'm playing against like a really high level Lucina, which I don't think I've really experienced that fully yet. I'm like, because isn't Peace play Lucina?
Yeah, but he doesn't play it like religiously or competitively.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No, I think like Lucina like is a lower level player. Lucina is not really that scary for me, but. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing PK freeze there. I should just go off and fair.
Or okay, so one thing that's big about like either edge guarding or like anytime someone's in disadvantage, especially when they have limited tools, one of the best things you can do is just like hold your position and wait. So like there. So I wish I could show you. Here, hold on. I'll show you right now. But so Lucina, Mac, and Game & Watch. Okay, yeah. I hate the PK boys, dude. I don't even think they're insane. I think they're good, obviously. I don't think they're insane.
Just annoying to fight against.
They're just fucking
I get that.
Dude, even their character mod, like this stupid little kid clapping.
Little bobblehead ass.
Yeah, or Ness. Dude, I hate him, bro. I actually don't hate Wario, but I do think his character design is gross. Like, just physically gross.
Yeah.
Actually gross. So if you want to go Little Mac, I'll show you kind of what I mean. Or any character with limited recovery or whatever.
Okay.
Bowser's actually a good one. Go ahead and go Bowser, because this matchup's ass.
Alright, sick.
After I lost to Blastoise, I was like, alright, I'm going to learn it. And then I learned it, and I'm like, this is kind of free. Blastoise actually does do really well, and D can sometimes make it interesting, but it's just so goddamn hard.
How long has Blastoise been going? Because I feel like I didn't see him at all like my first season.
So, we'll just play, and then on off stage I'll kind of show you what I mean.
Okay.
Blastoise, I don't know, he's been playing for a while. He's been playing since, I want to say Smash 4, because I've known him since like Smash 4-ish. But this game is where he started getting solid, especially because the stuff he does with, the stuff he actually does with Bowser is kind of like, I don't see any other Bowser do it. Okay, watch this, right? I'm gonna wait. If you go low, cool, I take it back. Right? If you go low, I can just wait.
Alright, so you're not just like going for the kill immediately, you're just...
No. And then here, you're forced to do a certain one, so that bear is easy, I just messed it up. I wish I could show everyone who's, like, because I just have one recording right now. But we're just going over, like, being patient, especially off stage and when you're in disadvantage. So here you're kind of forced to. And if you went that low, I win.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and if you go high, you kind of lose too. So you have to go, like, almost perfect for me to not win there. Whenever a character has limited recovery, understand their tools and understand how to take them away. And, I mean, whenever they have limited tools in neutral, seriously, force your advantage as much as you want.
I feel like Ultimate is just a game of, like, advantage and, like, keeping it, like, more so than, like, the other Smash games from, like, what I can see.
Yeah, I mean, if you go too low, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So you understand that, right? So what people end up doing is going higher instead.
And then you can just get it back air.
And there, yeah, I'll just wait fair. And then if they go, so I'll wait fair if they go low, and they're dead. Like, it's just super free. It's kind of annoying. I actually feel bad playing Bowser's, just because, like, that matchup is really, really bad. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you picked your character, right? Yeah. Okay, well, you got back, but, like, you kind of get the concept, right?
Yeah. I kind of like that. I want to, like, implement more, like, patience like that in my offstage play.
Yeah, I feel bad, and then I remember I played Little Mac against everyone, so whatever. But you saw how I waited until you went into a position where I could easily punish. I mean, I messed up. But like, you kind of understand, right?
Yeah, I get it.
And then once you, like, have people understanding that you're waiting for their options, that's when you can start attacking early, because then they're going to be like, shit, I have to do shit now.
For sure.
So, right, if I was always hitting your late one, then I would have hit you there, because you jumped. There's just shit like that you have to understand. Oh, who do you like playing the least? Like, whose game style?
I think going up against Game & Watch, yeah, like Slane can be kind of like tilting. But I wouldn't know if I'd say Hidden is like. Actually, probably Johnny.
Johnny?
Yeah. Sometimes it's not that frustrating if I just kind of like am in the zone and feel like I've like, I'm in control, but like nothing's more like irritating than just getting like barraged with B moves like over and over.
Yeah, and when they hit, like, if you feel, well, I don't know about you, but I feel super dumb.
Yeah.
Like, why did I get hit by that? Like, I knew he was gonna do it.
Yeah. I think like playing against like characters that like make me feel stupid is like what like irritates me. Like like made me gunner or like Lomac or whatever.
Okay, or they do something that shouldn't work, but it did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
How about you? Is PK boy still?
Like, no, I don't find them the hardest to go against. And that's even when taking into account Daniel and like other high level PK boys.
Mm-hmm.
I just find the character to be annoying. Like the actual character to be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I hate him. But if it were to be a playstyle I don't like playing against, let me go through the roster and see, because there's not too many that I hate playing against. There's some that are annoying, kind of like Samus just plays keep away, and you have to just find in a couple of like openings. But that's not too bad. Pikachu, I could see being annoying, but no one plays like high level, or I haven't played Titan often enough. Who would be annoying? Snake is actually kind of annoying, just because he has a lot of setups that can kind of come off of like a lot of different moves.
Mm-hmm.
When you get hit for a lot, and they can come from a lot of different places. Luckily, I think his disadvantage is trash, and if you look at every high level, even like super duper high level snakes, they tend to struggle like landing and doing other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that weakness. I don't think there's one that I super duper hate. Oh, Hero's goddamn stupid. Hero's so goddamn stupid as a character. I hate the character. I hate everything about the character.
I was mad.
Yeah, that's fine, dude. I hate what he stands for. I hate everything about him.
He's one of the top ones for me too.
Yeah, dude. I just don't like that being in the game.
Yeah,
it's not.
Playing against kyuwolf's hero can be kind of irritating.
Yeah, it's. Oh my god, I just hate it being inconsistent matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll have to seriously worry about like Frizz happening a couple times or whatever.
Yeah.
The Kaboom one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I was supposed to fucking react to that. I was actually supposed to react to that shit. Like, no, dude, that's stupid. That I have to react to all these different things or make a guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. Probably that one then. Probably that one's my most annoyed one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I fucking hate that character.
How would you say that, like, I play, or, like, Daniel plays, like, Lucas differently, like, from another?
Well, Daniel's much more about... So, Daniel actually might be the most safe, and by that, that's a nice way of saying, he might be the most campy player I've ever seen. Which, it works, so why change it, right?
Yeah.
It's not to say you shouldn't be doing that. You should. I mean, if it works, go for it. That's a playstyle, it's valid. But he just always stays away, and then when you get in his face, that's when he starts boxing. Like, when you're approaching him is when he starts boxing. Whereas it looks like you want to approach much more, and you don't use your keep-away tools as much.
Okay.
Yeah,
so he just, like, walls them out, like, more so than I do.
Yeah, you like to approach more.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big difference. It is still Lucas, so you do play more campy than normal, than other characters, I guess. But he's much more campy, and you're much more approach.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. He would use his Zair and Fair more, and then when you get close, that's when he starts tilting.
Mm-hmm.
But if he has a bunch of stage to go back to, he will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we'll do like a couple more, and then we'll call it good. We're right around the hour mark. Is there any final words? Anything? How do you want to do? I think we might have gone over this, but how do you want to do this Saturday?
I think I'd like to get like 9th probably at least. Like would be fun, but we'll see. Top 8 would be really cool, but I don't think I've gotten top 8 in a tournament that has had more than 25 people.
Have you gotten top 8?
Yeah, like I gotten
at a Sunken?
Yeah, once, but I think there was like 19 people there, and then I got 8th at like Tactic Goose Gaming that had like 23 people this last Sunday. But yeah, I think only one sunk in.
See, there technically, I mean, I don't know what that magnet would have done, you know? When you have all that stage presence.
I could have just like waited and seen like your life.
Especially with someone who's really limited options. Like that, right? So I mean, it was flashy, but it kind of didn't make sense.
For
that
sure.
Makes sense?
I think that's like another thing I need to work on is like toning down some of like the flashy stuff like that I work on in training mode. Like just kind of like go like hyperspeed in training mode. Like is one of the things I do, and I can like when I autopilot, I can kind of just do that. You regrab there. Whoops.
A hard thing to like kind of like figure out here. So you know how you said I regrabbed, whoops, right? You weren't really in a position to attack me because you were in your shield. So even if your shield dropped and then didn't move, it would have been
Still
too late.
wouldn't have gotten you.
So then you got to think. That's when you got to think like, what are they likely to do there?
Gotcha.
Probably roll or some kind of option.
I've noticed that like when people regrab like newer level players, like the main thing they do is like roll. It's like their panic option.
Well, I say that because especially at higher level, people are gonna be throwing out a bunch of moves that they want you to like try to hit, right? So, for instance, I'll try to down tilt your shield just so you do something, and then I'll like a super simple version is like jab you, and then because you try to do something, I jab you. So you got to think about the next step, right? And a better thing to do there is instead to jump because Little Mac can't do anything, or to go away and then see if I do anything and attack me.
Okay.
So if I regrab ledge, right, and you're not in a position to immediately punish, think about what they're likely to do after that.
Kind of just like pay attention to like how they react to your pressure.
That's a super big one. Is like, hey, pay attention to like what they're doing in these random little scenarios because they're likely to keep doing it. Especially like mid-ish level players. Higher level players will adapt faster, but that's like super high level. That's like KB, you know, piece level.
Top 3.
Yeah. You've been doing that a lot more.
What, like curling
that thing's
it around?
Disgusting.
Yeah,
that thing's so disgusting.
If people want to complain about one thing about Lucas, I feel like it's PK Thunder. It's pretty good.
Oh my god.
It absolutely demolishes some characters' recoveries.
Like, yeah, as Little Mac, I'm like, there's nothing I could have done.
Yeah, because it just takes away your side B and then you can only up B. Yeah.
So gross. Alright, I think we're going to call it a match.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming on.
Of course, thanks for having
Mason,
me.
Bebop, you're going to go ahead, we're going to record his, so probably the next thing you see is how he does in tournament. We'll give him a couple questions there. And then we'll be good.
Awesome.
Alright, cool. Thank you for being on.
Of course.
I'm hoping that one recorded, but if not, I got that one.
Alright, cool. Yeah, dude, that was super fun. Thanks for having me over.
Oh, sweet. I think it did. Did it? So, I don't really care. We could walk. We could do whatever.
Okay, I don't care. Hopefully he doesn't call my match first.
How was your practice? How was your practice right now?
It's pretty good. I'm feeling alright. So I was like a little nervous like earlier today just because like my results are being recorded and put on a YouTube channel, but I'm feeling better now. So.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, how would you want to do that? Because I could do it like the whole thing, or I could do, what I was planning on doing is just after game 2. If it's pretty close, I'll start recording then. Just towards the end, and unless you want the whole thing recorded, which I could.
It's up to you. I'm down for just like kind of the end. You know, it's like a lot of footage, so like it would be a pretty long video if it was the whole, like all of my games today.
So we'll do that. You said you're feeling pretty good about your practice?
Yeah, I've been feeling pretty good. I went into like training mode for like 30 minutes, like 45 minutes these last couple days, and played with like puddles.
Nice.
So feeling pretty good.
It was actually a bigger turnout than I expected.
How many people do you think are in there?
It looks at least 25. I want to say in total, along with the Grandview dudes and all that.
Usually like the first couple turns in the season, like there isn't as big of a turnout, right? Yeah.
And then randomly it comes and goes. But 25 is solid, and if it's more than that, which wouldn't be like the most insane thing, I mean, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, you're likely to play round 1. You're feeling good about your match. Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm just excited for the results.
Cool, cool.
Awesome.
This is game 3. And a best of 3. Recovery, good recovery.
Really respect the aim you do in your piece.
Good luck. That was cool.
You watch some guy named Alpha Red? Yeah. You seen the novel one? I don't know. But yeah. You gotta watch it. You'll love it. No, well, it used to be really good. I was bad. But the best so it's like yeah, you gotta like push them off stage. It's really fun.
I've always seen
I mean, not
Wait, you don't watch anime. I probably watch more than
Oh, dude, imagine.
I get Chez and Cairo, TV1. Chez and Cairo. I get Dell and Rival, TV2. Dell and Rival. Hey Taylor, TV1. Yeah. Chez, Cairo, TV1, Rival, Dell, TV2. Alex, do correct.
Alex, me.
Alright, so, what was it? Game 3, round 1, you actually had to play kyuwolf.
Yeah, he's like the.
He's like top 8. Top
yeah,
well,
five,
he's,
pretty much, like almost.
last season he was top 8.
Okay.
He didn't play as much and he had a little worse, but usually he's around top 5.
Yeah.
So how'd you feel?
Feels good that I took him in game 3, but I feel like I had like a lot stronger of a start. And I don't know, it's interesting because his Shulk like is pretty good, and I feel like Shulk's one of Lucas's worst matchups. But that was the game I took.
Sure,
but
you were able to find like a couple kills out of nowhere almost, and you kind of caught him by surprise there.
Yeah. And I can't remember.
Game 2 was not.
Yeah, it was game 3 that was closer.
Yeah, game 3 was much closer. I think you guys were both lost first stock, and I think you took the first one. I think you just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
What do you think about your play?
I think I played all right. I had a couple like misinputs and stuff, and I think I was kind of like playing scared like towards the end. But other than that, I think I played pretty all right.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I thought you did really well. I mean, game 3, especially with the top 8, is not something to shag on.
Yeah. No.
I think where you could improve is basically he was just reading your defensive options at the end because you were trying to defend much more, but in almost in a way that made you vulnerable. So you would shield a lot off a ledge.
Okay.
And he was reading a lot of that.
He just grabbed me.
And then when you were in air, you would air dodge almost every time.
Okay.
So your defense there, while you were being defensive, it wasn't particularly anything that he had to be scared of.
Just kind of had to wait for me to do it, kind of.
And by you limiting your offensive options there, he only has to react to your defensive options and not worry about mix-ups.
Gotcha. So you'd
So-
say I just was being too defensive and disadvantaged.
Yes, you were giving him a lot of basically opportunity to set up.
Yeah, and then it kind of goes along with what I was saying as I was playing kind of scared towards the end, and I guess game 2 too. But yeah,
So it is what it is. It took him to game 3, so that's good.
yeah.
Do you know who you're playing in losers?
No, I have no idea
No?
yet, but
Okay, well-
hopefully I have a good losers run. So
Yeah, we'll check it out. I'll do the same thing. Probably record most or some of the last match.
okay. Did you only record the last match for that one?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. If I do the whole thing, I mean, I think it'd get kind of
Pretty long
ridiculous.
video,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's good. All right. See you then.
Awesome.
Yeah, I really know it. Maybe a cool battle piece. I was like starting. Okay. I'm gonna let you get the first one game play 2 more. Oh, I'm joking. This is actually gonna be pretty tough. Your Isabel's pretty soft. No, I told you I was gonna play. Oh, who are you? You guys are starting battle here? I'm from like. Yes. That's good. Yeah. Alright. Oh yeah, I know. That being said, the track one not the spike I thought was gonna hit. With items? You're not down. You're not down. I'm down. As you can talk, yeah. That was the only place I could kill. The last one I was watching, I'm not. There's no like skate rank because they split up into 3 parts. Like if I'd have ranked myself, I wanted to touch you on. Oh yeah. I'm still happy. In the whole state though, I'm number 9. That's kind of good. Oh really? Yeah. There was it was really nice. I was like Poker Fan, the wing. I don't know if they explain that well, but in Washington.
Alright, can I get KB and Sambo? KB and Sambo!
At Eastern Washington. I did update it, so now don't worry, I'm gonna do that.
It's okay. Kill one.
Enter your new name.
I'm sorry, bro.
I made a new hoodie. And it's like, this part, it wasn't yellow. Well, I took way too long. Yeah, it was very difficult.
Red sweater.
It's got like a yellow for the. I didn't know how I yellow on your leg. This one has like a black on the leg, so it looks like a little. So I really like this one. I got it. And then it's like, that's on the back. The front star is a really small star here. Yeah. So it's like, my brother really wanted it to be. Okay. But anyway. Yeah, right now. I don't think this area like comes from like students. I think it's on me. Oh, you played that? That's right.
Baby chickens.
So what was it? Round 1 losers? Round 2?
Round 1 losers, yeah.
Okay. How'd you feel about that match?
Pretty good. I 2-0'd him. It was more, I think, dominant game 1, and I think I played well. I think my punish game was like a little off, but I didn't expose like some of his habits like better as best as I could, but still played well. It's good.
Yeah, what I noticed, game 2, you were playing really safe, which in game 1 kind of tripped him up, but then he just caught you basically with a haymaker there.
For sure.
Not too much. Still, I would like to see some changes in your defense.
Okay.
Just because better players would have punished it. And then, so when you have people juggle, I would start looking for like the second option, especially with good players. Just because you would get them in a lot of situations where people normally air dodge, but then you wouldn't catch the air dodge.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if came up in the recording, but overall in the set I saw.
Okay.
But really good. I mean, 2-0. Can't complain about that.
For
So.
sure.
All right.
Awesome.
Now I know. We look in my masochism, clearly I'm playing Well, that's not what I wanted.
Then Pokemon Stadium PC.
I'm good with Smash Bros.
Well, that's why you lose. Why did I lose? No, I mean, like, you get better by knowing which stages you're going to do.
What's the first one?
Yeah, but if I did know every stage, I was going to know it.
No! You monster! Let's go.
That's it. I recorded one of them, the Neo set, and I didn't record the. Oh yeah. So I recorded the Neo set. I saw the end of that. That was pretty good. And then the who else was it? Chez?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't record that, but go ahead and just walk us through the Neos one. That one was pretty close.
Okay.
And I saw a little bit of the Chez set, but I didn't get to see it too much. So.
This way. All right. Yeah, he got game 1. He went Pokemon Trainer the entire set. And then game 2 was just really close, and like I just kind of really slowed it down. I was able to like kind of capitalize on him being a little impatient. Got a couple like down smash cheeses on his Charizard. And then game 3, like I took it a little slightly more commanding. It might have still been last stock, but it was a good set. It's always close when I play Neos, so super fun. I feel like I played well. So.
And what about the Chez set?
He went Rob. He's been like going Rob lately. He 2-0'd me, but both games were like last hit, last stock. I was happy with how I played. You know, messed up a couple stuff, but you know, got some good reads and stuff. So
Yeah, I saw
well.
in that game he just took just a little bit more advantage of when he got advantage. You got a couple straight hits here and there, but he was able to just do just the tiniest bit more. Just kind of edged it out.
Yeah.
And then, so how much? What was your record?
I went 2-2, and I think I got 13th because I lost my round 1 against kyuwolf. Could be wrong, but 2-2.
Oh, okay, so that's good. I mean, that's what you wanted. So.
Yeah, kind of like around there. So you know, I generally am like happy if I go 2-2 or better. So.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So you know, can't be too upset about losses to kyuwolf and Chez, both like you know top 10 players usually. So.
What do you think you're gonna work on? I mean, coming from here.
I think kind of like you said, I'm gonna try to like brainstorm some like disadvantage stuff and just like know when to, you know, maybe like attack out of disadvantage more, as well as like I guess pushing my own like disadvantage, like you know just getting these like little stray hits. Like I feel like I win neutral a lot, but you know I could be getting so much more off of like the interactions. So.
Okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Any last words?
No, it's super fun tourney. I'm excited to see how this turns out. So thanks for having me.
Yep. Thank you for having me on. That is Bebop.
See you guys.